Hello and welcome to Gena Moon. Without further ado, let's jump right into your reading. Remember, this is a general reading, so take the reading however it resonates. It could be you towards someone or someone here towards you. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on here for you. Remember to comment down below. You guys, even if it's just commenting down one of those cute little emojis, that really helps support me and my channel. Of course, it makes my day always. And a big announcement for those of you guys who have not yet heard the announcement. I'm trying to get to 300,000 subscribers between now and the end of the year. Do you think that I could do it? If you look at the number above, I'm kind of close, but together I feel that we definitely can reach that number. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, okay? Now, let's go ahead and see these other energies. And also, of course, if you do enjoy these readings, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay, so some signs coming through the reading. You could be dealing with the sign of Leo. I see the sign of Cancer, the sign of, what else do we have here? Aries, Libra, Taurus, Capricorn, lots of signs coming through. Whatever other sign that is does not necessarily have to be any of those. At the bottom of the deck, wow. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of the deck in a little bit, but let's start off with your dominant energy first. And you are starting with the dominant energy of the drum roll. You have your Dark Night of the Soul. Okay, so Dark Night of the Soul, it says here, the number 3. How does number 3 resonate for you? Something very important will be happening on the 3rd of this new month. Also, Dark Night of the Soul, the number 3 is also related to communication, opening up the lines of communication, your third, your communication chakra here, voicing something, communicating something. This is also about creativity, opening up, your creativity, stepping outside of your comfort zone, travel. Perhaps you want to go somewhere, you want to travel somewhere. Okay, all of that stuff. Dark Night of the Soul, as you can see in this particular image, okay, there's an astronaut on the moon, and the moon is a lot of times related to the mother. Okay, the moon is also related to Cancer energy, and the moon is also related to your emotions, or somebody's emotions here. If this is not you, this could be someone that you are dealing with that is going through the Dark Night of the Soul. And if this is you, of course, that means that you are going through the Dark Night of the Soul, or soon will. Again, a very emotional time, a very kind of time where right now you may not be understanding how you're feeling, why you're feeling in such a way, or maybe you do. And so it says here, Dark Night of the Soul, enhanced awareness of identity, an extremely difficult and painful period, personal and deep development of oneself. So again, I'll show you the image again. It's an astronaut on the moon, and right here, I know it's reversed, but it says here, help, right? There's a little sign there that says help, and then if you look more closely, there's like bottles that could be alcohol bottles, cans, tilted over. He's smoking something, right? A cigarette. He's looking down. He's holding on to himself, kind of like in what is that, fetal position, right? Like if I turn it this way, this is kind of like fetal position. A lot of times, if you can imagine a person in fetal position, that's a person who might be afraid, who might be scared, who might be trying to protect themselves. Okay, so Dark Night of the Soul, somebody here going through this type of energy of emotions, heightened emotions, confusion, perhaps depression even. So, and he's again, I mean, he is in the part of the universe, right? There's that dark kind of background, which is a representation there of the universe, right? It's like the stars. It's a little dark there. The Earth is right over here, but this person is kind of like not grounded on planet Earth right now. This person is right now going through their own emotions. It's kind of like they feel disconnected from the world, or they might feel like the world is disconnected or disconnecting from them. This person could be missing something, someone, or going through memories of the past, or just trying to heal, right? Because the first steps towards healing, sometimes it is going through the Dark Night of the Soul. So, for those of you guys who are not familiar with the Dark Night of the Soul, which a lot of you guys are not familiar, this is basically a time in your life or in somebody's life. If this is not you, this could be somebody that you're dealing with, where somebody here is going through an identity crisis, an identity shift, kind of like, who am I? What am I what am I to do in this lifetime? Where do I belong, right? Who belongs with me? Am I doing the right thing? Like questioning yourself, right? Enhanced awareness of your identity, of who you are. And a lot of times the dark night of the soul, it's kind of like that journey through that dark kind of tunnel that a lot of people at some point in their lives, they go through. And that, even though during that interim period, it feels very dark, it feels very dismal, it feels very sad, it feels like, oh my God, it's never going to end. It's sometimes necessary in order for you to kind of become more aware, right? Of, okay, why am I feeling this way? Who is making me feel this way? Am I in the right environment? Am I with the right person? Am I with the right people? And so you go through some kind of an identity shift, okay? It's kind of like leaving behind that old version of you and stepping into this new version of you. But you right now are in the middle part where you're not either here or there. You're going through the middle, right? It's like you're leaving this behind, and right now you're going to the tunnel, and then soon you will see the light. So that middle part is the most difficult part of all. Okay, so hang in there, don't let go. You will make it through very, very soon. Trust me, a lot of us do. Okay? Most of us do. Okay, and you will too. So it says here, enhanced awareness of your identity, an extremely difficult and painful period. Yeah, just like I explained, personal and deep development of oneself. So this is all about, doing the personal type of development work, right? Personal development of yourself. I feel like this is going to help you grow. It's going to help you transform. It's going to help you evolve in whatever way this is. Of course, if this is not you, this could be someone that you are dealing with. If right now you're kind of like, wondering, oh my God, why is that person acting so weird? Why is this person being so, so isolated? Why are they isolating themselves, right? They might be going through something. And a lot of times, your first reaction, anyone's first reaction is wanting to help, right? Wanting to provide the help, extend your help. But sometimes people have to just know that you are there, that, hey, if you need me, just know that I'm here. But sometimes people need to just go through this on their own. Okay. So, understand that. I'm fighting my demons and re-examining my actions. It is life-altering and also extremely painful. At times I fight against the changes, but I know it must happen for me to evolve. So again, if this is you, you know that you are fighting your demons. Those demons are those parts of you that you may, have shoved down deep inside of you because it's too difficult for you to look at. Maybe your mistakes, what you consider mistakes. There's never really a mistake. It's just a lesson. But what you consider, your mistakes, or, oh, I shouldn't have done this, I should have done that, right? Fighting your demons of your insecurities, your doubts, maybe trauma from the past, okay? And you're re-examining your actions. It's life-altering, it's life-changing, and it's also extremely painful this time. But also, it's like somebody here is aware that they have to do this on their own, and that they have to go through this in order for them to evolve and to grow. So if this is you, hang in there, you will make it through. Okay, now here at the bottom of the deck, you also have here the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. I mean, just as I said, don't give up because the light is shining on the other side. Bam. The universe comes in to give you a helping hand, right? The universe is extending that huge pentacle out onto you, saying, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. When you come out of this, I've got something even better for you, right? For a lot of you, it could be abundance, a lot more money. It could be a stable connection. It could be an offer here, whether it's from a physical person, an environment, a place, or the universe, offering you more of the things that bring you stability. Maybe you need to feel more stable in your emotions, and that's coming in for you. Perhaps this is a job offer or career advancement or abundance coming in. This could also be some kind of a relationship going into some kind of commitment as well. Commitment being offered, or you being ready to offer this commitment to someone as well. It could be you towards someone here towards you, whatever that is for you. But in your challenge position, I usually get 3 cards, but this time for some reason there's 4. Okay, it's okay, we'll keep them. We'll get extra clarification. So in your challenge position, you have here the 8 of Cups, the Sun, and the 5 of Pentacles, as well as the 10 of Cups. So yeah, I feel like a part of the challenge is for you to, walk away from something or people or circumstances that are not good for you. It's not going to be easy. It's easier said than done, but it might be difficult for you to give up on things that you've been holding on to for quite some time that have brought a lot of disappointment in you. Or it could just be memories of the past, some kind of memory of the past where you've had an emotional attachment to a thing, a person, a place, whatever it is, or just things in general, or people in general, or groups, whatever this is. And it might be a little bit difficult for you to walk away, but I feel that, by you walking away, that's where your happiness is. And I did talk about the light being shed at the end of the tunnel, and look at what shows up for you. None other than the light being shed at the end of the tunnel, but you do have to be strong enough to walk away from that which has brought you disappointment. I feel that right now, if you're feeling a little bit sad, if you're feeling a little bit like you're going through the dark night of the soul, don't pressure yourself to just kind of like, okay, I've got to be happy. I've got to put like a fake smile on my face. No, go through it, go through it. If you feel like you need to isolate yourself for some time, it's fine, but just know that the light is gonna shine through for you. I'm also seeing here that it could be a little bit challenging for some of you guys to kind of let go of a feeling of isolation or of being left out in the cold. You might be struggling with feelings of rejection, of being abandoned, abandonment issues, abandonment trauma. For others, it could be that you might be finding it difficult to go through some kind of an energy where you feel like there's no help around you, but there is help around you. You just have to ask for the help. Okay, if you do get to the point where you need help, of course, ask for help. But I am sensing here that also there's an energy for some of you guys who might be struggling financially. You might be worried about your finances. For others of you, this could be a family situation or a love situation where, where there was once a deep connection, there could be a little bit of a shake-up, okay? A little bit of a shaky energy there. And it says here, black and white. I've always tried to be realistic with life, but you opened me up to color. For some of you guys, this is you. If this is you, if you're the one who's been very black and white with people, situations, circumstances, it's either this or that, it's either yes or no, it's either black or white, then somebody's going to enter your life. The universe is going to offer you somebody here. An open door is going to, come through for you. And I feel like you're going to either meet someone or there's going to be an opportunity where something or someone is going to be opening you up to more color. Of course, this could be vice versa, where you might be dealing with a person who is very black and white. You might be dealing with a person who is very, kind of like in that energy where very pragmatic, like, no, it's either yes or no, it's either black or white, there's no in between. And you might be the one bringing more color into this person's life. You take the reading however it resonates, okay? Now let's go and see in the recent past. So in the recent past, you have here the Page of Cups, the Empress, and the Four of Pentacles. So in the recent past, there was an offer here that was made. I feel like it was the initial stages of something, the initial stages of a connection, of a career, of a job, of an opportunity, of a relationship, or whatever this is. It's something small that was being offered, whether you offered this to someone here offered this to you. For some, this could have been an apology. And I feel like after this, kind of came through, I feel like for somebody here came through with, an expression of emotion, whether you express yourself towards someone towards you. It started to grow. I feel like it started to grow. It started to develop. I'm sensing here that as soon as it started to develop, somebody here ended up shutting off. Like, it's like you thought that this was going to be something that was going to grow into more, and all of a sudden you saw that somebody here was either very closed off or you became very closed off towards someone. Fragmentation. The reason why was because, again, you had not yet worked on your shadows, and I feel like this was both. This is you and another person, or you and a group of people. It says here, fragmentation. Until we make our shadows conscious, we will still continue to hurt others and each other. So fragmentation, the reason why, either you shut off, you closed off, your feelings, emotions, or whatever it is towards someone or someone towards you, it was because, you guys were kind of wearing a false mask of, oh, everything is fine, and I feel that you guys were not facing the reality, the shadows, right? You guys weren't doing the work. You guys were just kind of like shoving it, all the problems. No, it's okay. And finally that, kind of came up to the surface. So we will still continue to hurt each other and others if we do not work on our shadows. And I feel like that's exactly part of the dark night of the soul. What's happening here? Something related to, the past situation. We're going to see when we clarify. But in your present energy, and let me know in the comments below, was this happening in your career, finances, friends, love, in your family, situations, whatever that was for you? In your present, you have here the Queen of Wands, the Fool, the Devil. So right now I see that you are wanting to step into a brand new beginning, but there's still some kind of toxic energy around you. There could be also temptation knocking on your door while you are wanting to enter this new version of you, while you're going through the dark night of the soul, while you're kind of like wanting to change your vibration, shift your vibration, raise your vibration. That kind of energy of temptation, right, of what you're trying to leave behind, it's like it's coming back around. And this is going to be your decision, of course. You know, you have free will. Do you want to go back into that toxic cycle? This could have been, or this could be a relationship that is toxic. This could be a person. This could be a career situation. This could be money situations. This could be superficial things, right? Or self-sabotage, right? Don't go into the energy of self-sabotage if you already know how it's going to turn out. Right? Even if it's very tempting, like, oh God, I just, sometimes there's something that you miss about the familiar. And even though it's toxic, the familiar just becomes comfortable. But the familiar is not always the healthiest, right? The devil is showing up there. There could also be some kind of obsession, okay? Somebody being overly obsessed over another. So think it through. Don't make any foolish decisions. Don't take any foolish, don't jump into whatever, this is foolishly back again, back into it again. Or if it's something that kind of presents itself as something new, but you kind of already know, oh, wait a minute, I kind of feel like that might be a little bit toxic, right? Or that might be a narcissist, or that might be, something here that might trigger my, your whatever, whatever it is that you're leaving behind, whether it's drugs, alcohol, you're like, okay, I'm trying to stay away from that. I'm trying to, eat healthier. And then you go back into, this party that they have drugs, alcohol, food, and you're just like, oh God, so again, make a wise decision. I feel here that use your power of confidence also, because I feel here that your strength is kind of becoming it's kind of like more, right? You're getting stronger by the minute. Even though you may not feel that way, because some of you guys are going through the dark night of the soul, you don't realize it until you come out of that situation that, you know what? It has made you stronger. It is making you stronger. It is making you more confident, because when you go through that, even though it might be subconscious, it's like your mind knows, oh, well, if I've been through that, I can literally, take on the world in a sense, right? So I feel like your confidence is definitely, growing. I'm sensing that a lot of times when people start getting more confident and healing, people from the past or just new situations come into your life to kind of test you, like, oh, well, remember this, It could be something new, right? That is still kind of going into something toxic. But again, you're wiser, you're stronger than that now, this time around. Here, irresistible. I cannot resist you. You are the best thing I've ever had. You have my undivided attention. For some, it could be temptation. Somebody here who's like, oh my God, you're irresistible. I want you back, or I want to be with you. And you're like, oh no, I know where this is headed. Like sometimes connections start off way too quickly. A lot of times that's related to a narcissist. It's called love bombing. When a narcissist comes in and you meet them for the first time, you're like, you've been with one before, and they start love bombing you, like, oh, I love you. I want to do this with you. I want to do that. Let's take on the world. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. This already sounds very familiar, right? You're like, okay, yeah, I know I'm irresistible, right? But I feel like for some of you guys, you might have to think twice, okay? Because the devil is still attached to that. Of course, they might be irresistible to you, but again, the familiar is not always the healthiest. So just remember that. Now, let me know in the comments below what that is all pertaining to. Is this happening in your career, love life, finances, friends, temptation, whatever kind of temptation? This could also be money, right? This is all about, earthly pleasures, money, material items. Okay, maybe somebody's going to offer you, oh yeah, you can make a lot of money here, and it's easy money, and you're like, oh, is it easy money? I don't know if it's really that easy, because this devil is trying to keep you stuck to that, right? So just think twice. Now, in the near future, you have the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Wow, beautiful energy. So yeah, I see that you're going to be smarter about this. So you're definitely not going to go into self-sabotage, at least for a lot of you, most of you guys. I feel that what this is saying is that, the Queen of Swords is that queen that comes out from, that dark night of the soul, a stronger, kind of wiser version of her, and the Queen of Swords is a representation where you're going to master something. It's like you're going to master, the way that, perhaps people operate out in the world, and you might pick up on, what's toxic right off the bat, and you are going to be way smarter than perhaps you were before. Maybe you're going to just make wiser decisions in the near future, because I do see here that you're going to have mental clarity. You're going to be very intelligent. You're going to use your mind, not your emotions. You're going to use your logic, okay, rather than letting your passions kind of like, reel you into directions that are not really good for you. So I feel that for a lot of you guys, you're also going to tell it like it is. Speak your truth. Communication is going to be a part of that as well. But I'm sensing that for a lot of you guys, you're gonna go at this on your own. I feel like you're gonna feel like you're gonna disconnect from codependent connections, codependent, situations that have been keeping you stuck. And look at that, you're free. You're gonna free yourself. I feel like you're gonna enjoy the fruits of your labor in the near future. Travel, okay. Spend money on yourself, do things that, make you feel good, but also independently, right? It's like independently of any toxic connection, okay? Independently of anything that is not good for you. And for others of you, I do see here that you're going to get everything that you ever wanted in the near future, because you went through that dark night of the soul, because you did the work. I feel, or because you're doing the work right now, you're going to get everything that you've ever wanted, right? Wish fulfillment, your wishes, dreams, and desires coming into fruition. Self-sabotage, withholding love from you. I withheld love from myself. Self-doubt. So, in the near future, there could be a tendency to self-sabotage, because a lot of times the unknown might feel uncomfortable because it's not the familiar. The new version of you might feel uncomfortable because it's like, you buy a new pair of shoes, right? I've given this example before. Let's say you're so comfortable wearing your, old pair of shoes because they're just comfortable, right? You broke them in, and they're stretched out and they feel comfortable. You can go hiking, you can go running, you can walk, and then you're like, oh God, now they have holes everywhere. Oh, I'm going to have to get a new pair of shoes. So you get a new pair of shoes, and yeah, at first they feel kind of snug, they feel kind of tight. You're just like, oh God, maybe I just want to go back to like my old pair. But that old pair of shoes is already, it has holes in them, and if you go out, it might start raining, and they might even, just kind of fall apart. So you just kind of have to give it some time. I feel like this new chapter in your life, this new version of you, this new job, this new career, this new opportunity, this new you, this new way of thinking, just give it more time. Don't go into self-sabotaging energies, okay? Of course, it could be a connection as well. Withholding love from you, I withheld love from myself. Self-doubt. For some of you, you were withholding love from other people because you did not love yourself. You did not know your self-worth. But I feel that the universe is giving you an opportunity to love yourself, to heal yourself. And therefore, when you love yourself, you can love other people, okay, without asking for it, without chasing love, without, self-sabotaging it. This can also be someone towards you. This person could be the one realizing, hey, you know what? I self-sabotaged. Now that they see you thriving, that they see you growing, that they see you strong, this person might be realizing that they're the ones who withheld love from themselves, and that's why they withheld love from you, because of their self-doubt. You take the reading however it resonates. Let's see in your opportunity. In your opportunity, you have the Chariot, the World, and Two of Cups. Wow. So definitely you're going to connect with a soulmate union. You're going to have an opportunity to connect with some kind of a soulmate union, soulmate connection, and finally tie up those loose ends that have to be tied up, that have been needing to be tied up in whatever area of your life that have not been letting you, move forward. And I feel like you're finally going to have the strength, the energy, the tenacity to say, okay, you know what? I've got to end this. I'm going to end this, before this new chapter. I've got to put this to an end. And I feel like you're going to have the strength to do that. And that's when you're going to meet somebody new, or this could be a strengthening of a current connection, a soulmate union, soulmate connection. Because of your confidence, you're now finally going to go after what you want. You're finally going to go after what you deserve, instead of just settling for less, or instead of just going back to toxic cycles, okay, that you are realizing those aren't good for you. Advice. So advice, it says here, I've been asking my friends for advice on how to handle the situation with you. I feel like this is somebody towards you. Somebody here has been wanting to tell you something, talk to you about something, but they've been needing advice. Of course, if this could be you might be getting advice from somebody. But I'm sensing more so that it's somebody here getting advice from their friends on how to handle a situation with you. Okay, let's go ahead and ask a yes or no question now before we jump into the extended. So ask a yes or no question. You will be getting a yes or no answer. All right, ready? And drum roll. Okay, you have here, okay, so that is a definite no. Okay, this is the moon here being represented here, okay, by Pisces energy. It could also be something related to something that is hidden. Okay, so allow for information to come in because there's still some kind of hidden aspect. You might be, again, this is related to kind of like the dark night of the soul, right? This is the moon, again, this astronaut sitting on the moon. So you might be feeling a little bit too emotional right now. Try to temper your feelings, temper your emotions, because I'm sensing here that what this is saying is don't react or don't make decisions based on just, too much emotion, because that won't be the right decision for you. So for the time being, it's a no. And now let's jump into the extended. And in the extended is where we dive deeper into the situation, into the other person's subconscious thoughts about you, their deeper feelings, emotions for you, their next moves, actions towards you, how this entire situation is all going to develop and turn out for you. And we're going to go ahead and get a final message from source. Okay, so that final message will tie everything up for you. If you want to watch a link to the extended, you can watch that link to the extended down in the description box below. You will find that link. For any personal readings, also you can find the link to my personal readings down in the description box below. And check out all of your monthly readings, your mid-monthly readings, all of your last week's readings, blessings readings, love readings. You can find all of those links to your sign down in the first comment that I pinned down below as well. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below. Take very good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye-bye. And right now, all of my personal readings are $20 off using the special discount code GOODLUCK20. You can check the personal reading link down in the description box below. In the extended reading, I go into the other person's subconsciousness, their deeper thoughts about you, their deeper feelings for you, their next actions, moves, and more. And thank you all so much for all of your positive feedback for the extended reading. I am so glad that you guys are loving the extended reading so much. So again, if you want to check out the link to the extended, the link is down in the description box below. And check out my website at genamoon.com. Click on shop. I do have new jewelry pieces, rings, bracelets, crystals, necklaces, and so much more for both men and women. So check that out at genamoon.com and click on shop, and follow me on Instagram at Gena Moon Official, as I will be posting more on there.